Okay, welcome. If you're just joining, give me 30 seconds so I can make sure everything's set up correctly and running smoothly, and then we can get started. Okay, everything seems to be working. So let me open this up first. Okay. All right. I think that's working. If you can hear me, feel free to comment and let me know so I know that the audio is working. We usually go live on OTC, but previous weeks, some users had problems accessing the live video. So we're going to try YouTube this week. And if it works out well, we'll just continue using YouTube for both the free training and the OTC Pro training as well. But the OTC Pro training will be a private link. Loud and clear. Thank you, Sugar Plum Knockabout. I'm guessing that's a random generated name YouTube gives you. Anyway, welcome, and I'm glad you can hear. Okay, so I'm just sharing this on Facebook Live as well and YouTube. See if it works both at the same time. Give me a second, and then we'll get started. Okay, one moment. All right, seems to be working. Good. Faith says good. Excellent. Okay, let's get started, everybody. So, welcome. My name is Frazer. I am the founder of Online Teachers Club, for those who don't know me. And today we're going to run through a quick free training session. This is open to all OTC members, whether they've upgraded to OTC Pro or not. This is a free event, and we're going to go through using OTC and how to benefit from using it, and then we might get into some topics such as getting hired and putting together a better application, and some of the common mistakes teachers make, which prevents them getting the job they want. So, but the most important thing I want to do in these sessions, I don't want them to be me just giving off a monologue, as I could have pre-recorded that. I'd like if we can get some interaction going. So lots of questions. Feel free to ask any question at any time during this feed. I can see the comments down the side of my screen here. So that'd be great. And if you don't have anything to ask, feel free to just introduce yourself so we can see who's in the chat, where you're from, and what are your goals when it comes to online teaching. Are you just wanting to fill your schedule with a few companies, or do you want to go solo, or are you just getting started finding your own students? What stage are you at in your online teaching kind of career, and where do you want to go? Okay, so feel free to ask questions as I ramble on about OTC and how it works. So I've never actually given a kind of tutorial and a walkthrough of what to do when you go to OTC, because I understand it can be quite overwhelming. Let me make this bigger. One moment. Okay. And let me make me smaller. Okay, that's better. So as you can see, this is your homepage, and it can be quite overwhelming because of the amount of different things there are on this side menu bar. Now, we'll try and simplify that in the future, but at the moment, it's because we've got a ton of features, and OTC does a lot. So you've just arrived at OTC, you've signed up. Where do you go first? Let me just read the comments. Scott says, hi, everyone. Scott here from Brisbane, Australia, a new member to OTC Pro. Scott, you're the one that recently finished the OTC my course on OTC. So there are two main courses on OTC. These are totally optional, but I'll go through these as actually there are three courses. So I created a course called Online Teaching Success from Zero to Booked, and it's designed for teachers that are either just moving into online teaching or have started online teaching with companies and are not really getting where they want to go. And it kind of takes you through practical advice for teaching online advice for finding opportunities. And then there's some information on how to freelance, market yourself, choose a niche. It kind of talks you through everything step by step. There's also Cornelius. He has a course on here too, which is really, really good. And his course is more on practical skills, practical things you can do to improve your lessons, to increase engagement, and to get more repeat students. And then, of course, we have an accredited TESOL or TEFL course. So this is accredited via TEFL International, and they've been issuing TESOLs for decades. It's fully accredited via them. So the certificate is not issued from us. It will be issued from the awarding body, TESOL International. And it's also in partnership with a university as well. So you actually can get credits towards a university degree, a bachelor's degree, if you're studying for one. You can actually convert those credits across to where you're studying, although not many people have used that. Anyway, so these are the 3 courses you can take at OTC. These 2 are $30 one-time payment, or if you upgrade to OTC Pro, I think at the moment it's just $10 per month. And if you pay 1 month, you get through the courses in the first month and you don't need the other features of OTC Pro, you can cancel. That's if you can get through all the content in 1 month. Anyway, let's go back to the homepage. So a lot of people, so I recently did a poll to kind of see what kind of teachers are here at OTC. So the options were, I'm a teacher looking for more teaching opportunities and jobs, but I'm not really into freelancing. I don't want to spend the effort and time marketing myself. I just want to land some jobs and get us paid a reliable salary. That's 31%. And then 41% are teachers who are looking for more opportunities with companies, but they're also kind of thinking about freelancing, but they haven't taken any action yet. So that means 72% of OTC members are not really looking to freelance and start their own online teaching business. And I think the reason that it is it's hard, and you have to put in work first before you see results later, which for somebody who works a 9 to 5, that makes no sense. What do you mean I have to put in lots of work now and then it'll pay off later? So I think that's a big reason people don't. I always recommend using companies as a stepping stone to come into this industry, learn how it works. But in the long run, if you want a successful career and a long-term career teaching English online, you're going to really struggle if you're just dealing with companies and working for companies. At some point, you need to, reach out, find your own students, start marketing yourself. So let's say you're just one of these guys and you just want teaching opportunities. OTC is the place for you to be too. So the first place you should go is here, jobs. You can either click jobs at the top menu or down here on the side, online teaching jobs. And this is our public job board. So we have teachers, recruiters, and then we have, let me show you this guy, OTC jobs. This is basically me. I scour Facebook groups, job boards, websites to find opportunities, and I share them down here. Okay, Hubravanat 734. All right, some of these names are just random letters. Anyway, welcome. Thanks for saying hello. And Scott says, I've been registered on and off with Preply since 2019. Preply is an interesting one because the platforms such as Preply, italki, OutSchool, these are kind of halfway between working for a company and freelancing. So you're an independent contractor for these companies and you set your own rates with some limitations depending on the platform, and you have to try and attract students by creating a really good profile. but you don't have to pay marketing costs. So, like I had a very successful profile on italki, which is similar to Preply, but I think most people prefer italki because the problem with Preply is I think it kind of pushes the price down. It's kind of like a fight to the bottom. Who's trying to offer the cheapest lessons to get bookings? Or they may even have a fixed price now that you have to charge. Start paying my membership fee as soon as I am back in Guatemala. At the moment, I am in South Africa. Awesome. What are you doing in Guatemala? Are you working over there or what? From South Africa. South Africa is our largest demographic in OTC. I think you guys make up like 30% of the entire platform. So definitely welcome. We have a specific space for South African members now, because there are some kind of unique problems and unique experiences that South Africans have in this industry, with regards to if a company regards you as a native speaker or not. I think South Africans are native speakers, but some companies don't. And some companies kind of take advantage of the South African market because they seem to offer less. They seem to be willing to accept less than other native speakers from other countries. So, companies are only going to pay what people accept. So if people are accepting $10, $9, $8 an hour, people are going to expect, companies are going to charge it. Like, they're there to make profit. So unfortunately, the market can be very hard for South African teachers, especially with companies, which is why I do recommend to definitely at least look into freelancing and at least try and do it on the side while working for companies. Yeah, so let's have a look here. Since rejoining Preply in the last few months, yes, I noticed the price war on Preply. They pushed me down again, start at $10 per lesson. Yeah, it's a shame. italki, I think, is a little bit better, but italki is very selective. It's hard to get in. I managed to get in because I speak Thai language and English, and they give preferences to teachers who speak more than one language, and because Thai is still kind of quite a niche language, there are not that many teachers, English teachers teaching English that also speak Thai on the platform. I was accepted, my profile was accepted, but I no longer use it. I think I've still got the profile, but it's turned off. But I used to really like italki, and at one point, like 80-90% of my income was from italki. This is maybe 5 years ago. But yeah, italki can be a good platform. Preply can be okay too. The best one of these, what I call create a profile platform. So a create a profile platform is a platform where you create your profile, the company markets you to their students, and they take commission on every sale that they make, instead of you just being paid a fixed rate per hour. So the advantage of these platforms is you can set your own rate, but there's often, like Scott said, Preply tries to kind of push you to offer lower rates. But yeah, I definitely think on platforms like Outschool, italki, and Preply are good to get started. But if you're working for these companies, definitely be on the side, trying to build up your own profile and brand so that you can eventually move fully into online freelance teaching. The reason I say this is, like, maybe 8-9 years ago, you could find a company that pays $30 an hour and gives you 30 hours a week, and that's fine. I'm comfortable with that. But it just doesn't really happen anymore. And companies go bankrupt or close down or kick teachers out all the time for random stuff. It's just not like, no job industry is secure, but with online teaching, you constantly got to be jumping between companies, desperately trying to find companies that fill your schedule and pay a decent amount. Like I say, if you're a native speaker of English, you shouldn't be accepting less than $10 an hour. And realistically, you should be looking for opportunities 15 to 20. But unfortunately, most of the market pays between 8 and 15. So it's hard to find those opportunities, which is why I say freelancing is the way to go. It takes a lot of work up front, and it takes time to build up a student base. But once you're there, it gives you security and control over your own income. Like, it's not as hard as people think. So the market for online teacher market is huge. So many parents around the world want teachers for their kids. So many adults want business English for their job. So many university students or high school students want IELTS training or TOEFL training or just English conversational lessons because they're going to study abroad. Or anyway, the market's so huge. There's so many people. You've just got to create a pathway so these people find you. Once you find your first 5 students, I've seen this happen multiple times with multiple teachers. Once they've reached 5, 6, 7 students, they grow to 30 students extremely quickly, almost completely through referrals and word of mouth from those already paying students. Like, especially if you're teaching young learners, word of mouth works really well in the young learner industry, because parents love to tell other parents that my little Jimmy is studying online with a man from London, or my little Sally is studying maths online with a teacher with a master's degree. Like, they love to brag and they like to share on social media what their kids are doing, especially in Asia. So you can, like I said, I've seen it so many times. They get the first 5 students. Sometimes it'll take them 6 months or a year, and then another 3 months later, they're at 30, 40 students. So and that's why a lot of people give up, because it takes so much effort just to get those first 5 paying students. And then teachers think, oh, the growth is so slow. I'm only getting 1 student every 3 or 4 months. But it grows exponentially. So 1 to 5 takes a long time. 5 to 30 is usually quite fast, if you are a good teacher and all your students love your lessons and they want to promote you. Then you will just naturally grow. Okay, let me have a look at a few comments here. For in Guatemala does not pay well. I want to go solo. Yeah, it seems like a nice place to live, Guatemala. Just reading. Okay. All right. Actually, Preply actually is where my husband works. It took him almost 3 months before getting a student. You really need to be more patient with the system, follow their rules, watch for training and help. Yeah, that's the difficulty with platforms like Preply and italki, is you're competing against so many other teachers for a kind of fixed amount of available students that they're bringing to their website via ads and sales traffic and organic traffic. So there's only and they're always adding new teachers to try and kind of stabilize, so that teachers are getting just enough hours, but students have a wide range of availability, because there's lots of teachers available at different times. So yeah, it can take a while to build up building up like a student base on something like italki. If you can build up a student base on italki, you already have the skills you need to be able to build up a student base on your own. You've just got to bring in those students directly to you instead of through your profile. But if students on Preply are coming to your profile and booking classes, enjoying it, and then booking more, you've already got the skills that you need to successfully build your own online teaching career with your own students. You just need to spend time marketing yourself and creating a brand and being active on lots of different social media platforms. make sure you've got your own website, booking system, things like that. That's what OTC Pro is here to help people with. So I spend a couple minutes on this now because I don't want this to be really a kind of sales call, but I'll talk you through OTC Pro and how it might help you. And so at the moment, we're actually giving a 20-minute free consultation to anybody who upgrades to OTC Pro in the next week or two. So after this call, I've got three consultations lined up, and I just want to meet people who are on their journey to becoming a freelance online teacher. I want to find out what their difficulties are, what their challenges are, and I want to be able to kind of at least give them a vision of a path forward to work towards their dreams. And that's why, and I also want to get to know personally all the teachers that do join OTC Pro. All right, let me have a look at comments. I agree 100%. All you have done. Oh, give me a sec. Okay. I agree, you need to build your student base and be very creative with your strategy when teaching, even for companies. This might be a stupid question, but which site will be the best to get teaching material? Of course, I'm going to recommend my own platform. We have ESL Courseware and Big ESL Drive for teaching materials. Other than that, another platform I use that's quite good is... what's it called now? For games, I use Bamboozle sometimes. They have some fun games. And Twinkle. I think it's called Twinkle. I sometimes use for downloading PDFs. Twinkle can be quite good as well. For downloading PDF lessons, interactive. They have tons of stuff. It's kind of more designed towards school teachers working in physical classrooms, but they're adding more and more stuff that's more suitable for online teachers these days. So those are some good places. All right, let's have a look at the comments. Good to know that. Hi, Frazer, everyone. Delaray from South Africa, nice to have you on the call. I need to sign up with you as soon as possible. Thank you. All right, so let me talk through OTC Pro. So firstly, 20-minute consultation for anyone who joins this week. Let me tell you the price right away, so not wasting time. Okay, sorry, this is actually the back end. So you'll get this back end access if you become an OTC Pro member. But let me show you the sales page that kind of explains it. Oops. OTC Pro. And just a warning, don't go to www.otcpro.io. It's a cryptocurrency website. I got a message from a teacher, and they're like, why are you asking me for my cryptocurrency private keys, and why are you making me log in with cryptocurrency and all this stuff? I was like, what do you mean? And then I looked into it, and I realized there's a cryptocurrency website called otcpro.io. So OTC also stands for over the counter in finance and cryptocurrency. So yeah, so just a warning, if you're asked about cryptocurrency stuff, it's not OTC. You're on the wrong website. All right. Okay, so OTC Pro is currently $10 a month, and it will stay at that price probably for another 4 to 6 weeks before it goes up to 15. And then once it's at 15, that's it. We're not raising prices anymore. I feel like that's what it's worth. So OTC Pro basically gives you access to a suite of tools and services and training that you would need if you wanted to launch your own online teaching career, freelance, and find your own students. So what are the main tools that you get that are important? So let me read this for you. When I started teaching online, everything I needed lived in different places. One subscription for a website, another for bookings, another for payments, one for scheduling, and then there's resources, student systems. It was expensive, time-consuming, and hard to manage all these different platforms. For many new teachers, this is still the reality. You may only be earning $5 or $10 an hour, and then you try and look into freelancing, and your booking system wants $20 a month. Your your website wants $20 a month to build your website. Your courseware and material and pre-made lessons want another $20. So it adds up fast. OTC Pro is a solution I wish I had when I started, and I hope it helps you build your teaching business with more confidence. So it's basically everything that I can ever imagine you would need to start your own online teaching business. And it's also constantly growing and improving, and we're constantly adding new apps, services, courses, and materials into it. So let me go through, I'm not going to spend too much on this, but let's spend another few minutes just going through the features. So you get teacher4.me. This is a website generator. So you don't have to know any coding. You don't have to mess around with your own servers and work out how to host your domain, any of that stuff. It's you fill in information, upload your pictures, put in your YouTube video link, and bam, you've got a teaching website. It'll look something like this. Okay, so this is a mock-up I created for me, and we did a lot of research when developing this website, and we did a lot of testing to work out what kind of design converts the most. A lot of teachers make the mistake when they create their website is they create a 10-page website with with loads of different sections of information. It's just overwhelming. When a student comes to your profile, they want to firstly see a video. They want to see your introduction video. What's your personality like? What is this teacher like? They want to know your qualifications and your experience, and they want to see your nationality. It does matter for some parents. They want to see your pricing, and they want a way to easily contact you. So you can contact them. The students can contact you right from your profile, or you can include your Line, WeChat, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever you need. Students can write reviews on your profile, so that gives you social proof, which is very important to convert students into trials and trials into paid students. And of course, you can manage the reviews. So if you get some idiot who an old friend who fell out with you and they try and post a crazy review, you can decline it. So you can accept or decline and filter the reviews that you want to appear on your profile. And of course, the booking system that you also get as OTC Pro is included inside, where the students can choose, put in their information, and request to book a slot. You'll then receive an email. You can confirm the slot or decline it. And you can also customize this calendar to start and end whenever you want, to have days off, like however you want to set this up, you can do it. Okay, and there's also a blog, so you can write your own blogs, and these are designed with SEO in mind. SEO meaning the structure of the page so that Google finds it, basically. And increases your chance of being found on Google if you have a high SEO level. And these pages have been designed to optimize for SEO. So the advantage of writing a blog is you can maybe write a blog on the common pronunciation mistakes that Vietnamese students make, or something like that. And then you can share it on your social media website. Students can come and click, and then at the bottom, there'll be a learn more about this teacher, or find out more about this teacher, or book a class with this teacher, or something. So it's another way of bringing traffic into you. And of course, at the bottom, you can stick your pictures here. This is me when I was working at a British international school in Bangkok. We had Russian kids, Chinese kids, Korean kids, kids from all over the world. It was really fun. But that was about 5 years ago, but at 9 to 5, I only did it for a year, and I just decided I don't like 9 to 5s. I like being in control of my own business. Okay, and here's a few more pictures. I'm not going to go through them, but the gallery, I'll tell you the most important parts of this page. One is you have a really good converting introduction video. 2 is you have a nice gallery showing what you do. 3 is you have reviews and social proof from other students who have taken your classes or parents and they've reviewed. And then a way to contact you very quickly. Now, I recommend you run either a very cheap trial class, like $5 for 20 minutes or something, or even a free 25-minute trial class, because it's not really a trial class. It's kind of just it's a sales call, basically. It's to get them in, show what you're all about, and then give them a price list, basically. I will talk a little bit about converting and how I run my trial classes and how I get almost 70-80% conversion rate for when students take my trial to at least buying 1 hour of class. We'll probably get into that in the OTC Pro training tomorrow. Okay, a few more things about OTC Pro. So as you can see, you also get a digital classroom. So this is compatible with whatever teaching platform you use, Classroom, Zoom, Google Meet, whatever. And it just makes the teaching experience more interactive, a bit like when some of you might have worked for Dada, ABC, or VIP Kids, and you had all these features where you could like give a student a star, you could keep student records, you could get certificates, students could win certificates for collecting a certain amount of stars. You could bring up a whiteboard, you could bring up a YouTube video. So that's what ESL courseware is all about. And that's included too. Big ESL Drive. And there are also 300 pre-made lessons already, actually more, like 400 now, built into ESL courseware. So if you want to just follow material that gradually increases over time and follows the Oxford framework of learning, and you don't, it means no prep. All right, Student Stars is built into your browser. So if you want to easily keep a record of your students, what you did last lesson, what homework they have and things like that, this can be good because most teachers are often sharing their screen and working a lot of the teaching time in a browser. So having this here can be quite helpful. Of course, I've only added 1 student, but you can add more students here and then choose between them and add a photo if you want and award them stars during the class, which looks cool. All right, so that's another feature you get as an OTC Pro member. You also get games. So we have a lot of pre-made games, and you can also generate your own game with AI. So let's say you've just taught a class on fruit vocabulary. You can just type in, generate a game to test on fruit vocabulary for a A2 level student or something like that. It will generate the game cards, and then you can use them to play different games, snakes and ladders, bamboozle type grid board games, 4 in a row, noughts and crosses, hangman. So this is quite a cool feature. I use it with my students. So I still do teach, as well as managing this, I still teach some of my favorite students still, and I teach 2 days a week. Phonics Track is for very young learners to teach, track, and monitor phonics learning over time. And it follows phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Teacher To Do is a to-do list app for teachers that's built into your calendar. Vocab Builder is a way of building vocabulary charts, keeping track of vocabulary your student has learnt, and then you can also select if they've already learnt it, they need more practice, and you can kind of keep track of what they're learning over time, and you can go back and review vocabulary there too. Okay, you also get the Pro Job Board. So as an OTC Pro member, when we get really good opportunities come in, we share it with OTC Pro members first, a few days before we share it with the rest of the community. And there's some, like, sometimes we get positions coming in from small companies where they only need like 5 teachers or 3 teachers. In that case, we generally only post in the OTC Pro job board. Teacherpreneur Lounge. This is a discussion lounge where you can discuss and learn more about. You can talk to other teachers that they're all in the same boat, building their own online ESL business. Okay, I didn't want this to be a full-on sales call, so we'll leave that for now. But I'll share the links. If you want to have a look and learn more about OTC Pro, you can. Let me answer some more comments, and then we'll see if I have time to get into a few other things today. Okay. I agree you need to build your student base and be very creative with your strategy, even for companies. That's from Faith. Yep, that makes total sense. We already talked about the teaching materials that I recommend using. Okay, I'm repeating comments I've already read, sorry. Got to go and have class, but thanks for the info. No worries, Heather. If you're watching the recording back, well, you have what you feel free to watch the recording if you want. My name is Teacher Naomi. Sorry if I said your name wrong there. From South Africa. I have been looking for an online teaching job for 4 months now. Any advice on building a good profile? So I will link you to a video where I talk through why a lot of teachers are not getting hired and what you need to have in your profile. So I'll talk about it briefly now, but I'd recommend you watch the full video that I made about this. So when you apply to an online teaching job, you need to make sure you send 3 things in your email. A resume, 1 single page resume. Don't send them a 10-page resume and 7 different certificates attached. Recruiters just don't have the time to go through things, especially if they're not named correctly as well. They've got like weird names. They don't know which file is which. Most recruiters will say, I've got 1,000 applicants to go through. I don't have time to do this. Next. So you need to make sure it's as easy as possible for the recruiter to see you are suitable to move to an interview. So you want a 1 single page resume that has all the key information about you on it. It needs to have your name, a nice picture to show you can look professional. It needs to have a quick paragraph personal statement introduction about yourself. It needs to have information about your qualifications regarding teaching, and information on your most recent experience. Now, do not list every single job you've ever had. Just list anything that's relevant to education or online teaching or training or supporting or running support groups or whatever. A lot of teachers just end up sending their entire life job history since they were 14 and are working as part-time at a cleaning cars or something. Like, just put stuff that's relevant. Recruiters don't have time to look through all this stuff. And then your introduction video, make sure your introduction video is 1 to 3 minutes long. Make sure it's filmed in good lighting so the image looks clear. Let me change this. Yeah, so make sure the lighting is good so the image looks clear. Make sure you speak carefully and enunciate slowly. Speak clearly and loudly, and make sure you get all the information that you need to share within the first minute, which is who are you, where are you from, what's your qualifications, what's your experience, and what is your teaching style, methodology, and psychology around teaching online. And then you can have more information that go into details on your actual teaching style, what kind of feedback you provide at the end of a lesson. If you do a little walkthrough of what one of your classes might be like for the student. So I think the easiest way is for me to show you my introduction video, and then I will go through some pointers. So this is the most important part of your application. An introduction video. Most recruiters decide whether or not to move you to an interview just based on your introduction video. So let me search for this. Apologies if you've joined a call before and you've already seen this. You may be sick of it, but I think there's some new people in today. Okay, so first thing, if you're uploading to YouTube, make sure you have a nice thumbnail. For those who are interested, this is the OTC Pro training for OTC Pro members that's going live tomorrow. It's about marketing, finding students, and converting leads into paid students. If you want to join that, feel free to upgrade to OTC Pro before tomorrow. Okay, so make sure you've got a really nice thumbnail. You can create it on something like Canva. And I'm just going to play this through, and then I'll explain what were the important features. But I'll let you know, I made this 4 years ago, and it has converted thousands of students for me. Not just for me and my teachers that are working for me too. So let's take a look. So much there that I decided to... Hello, my name's Frazer, and I'm a British English teacher living in Asia. How did that happen? 10 years ago, I moved to Thailand to learn Thai boxing, and I loved it so much there that I decided to stay. Sorry, I think we had some echo there. I'll just turn off the mic while this is playing. But as you can see, basically all an introduction video is you sitting somewhere in a nice location, run through a 2-3 minute monologue about yourself and your experience. The reason I speak Thai in this is because this video was originally made for Thai students, but then I repurposed it for all kinds of students, and I left the Thai bit in because I think it's still a good thing to have in there. But yeah, so you run through a monologue, and then I have something called B-roll. B-roll is when you have other videos overlaid while you're speaking. This is really important for keeping attention, keeping people focused on your video. Like when it's just a webcam video, you sat in the webcam 3 minutes straight in the same camera angle, it just doesn't look that good. I recommend adding B-roll. B-roll can be anything. It can be you waking up and pouring a coffee. It can be you walking the dog in your local area where you live. You want the B-roll to kind of show your teaching style, to show your personality, and show what you're all about. Maybe show a bit about your nationality and your culture as well. But like teachers just don't want a teacher. They're looking for the whole person. They want to know what their personality is like. Is this going to be a fun teacher or not? So let me play through the rest of this, and then I'll take questions at the end. And by the way, I'm not boasting and saying my video is the best in the world. Mine's the best way to do it. There are other ways to do it too. I'm just showing you what has worked for me. ผมชื่อเฟซครับผมเป็นครูสอนภาษาอังกฤษแล้วก็ผมเป็นคนอังกฤษด้วยครับ I've been teaching English all around Asia and online for the last 10 years. I have students from Thailand, China, Korea, Japan, the Middle East, Turkey, and even Europe. I'm a fully qualified English teacher. I graduated from Paris College of International Education with a bachelor's in education, and my major was in teaching English to speakers of other languages. I also hold a 120-hour TESOL certificate and an IELTS teaching qualification. While teaching in Asia, I got the chance to learn about all the different languages over in Asia. This gave me a better understanding of what students there struggle with when it comes to pronunciation, grammar, and sentence structure. A lot of the issues speakers of other languages have when they learn English all comes from mother tongue interference. This is when your first language interferes with the language that you're learning. It can affect your pronunciation, your grammar, and the way you structure your sentences. I can teach you how to use your mouth, throat, tongue, and your whole sound system so that you sound more like a native when you speak English. I can also help you avoid the common grammar and sentence structure mistakes that people often make when they're learning English. I offer 3... Okay guys, I'm not going to make you sit through the whole thing, but you can get an idea. 2 to 3 minute monologue, switching to B-roll of things like me pretending to teach and hold up a name tag, or with a headset in front of a laptop, or a picture of me making a coffee in the morning, a picture of me taking a walk down the road with my dog, like anything you can think of, a picture of you maybe doing something that's part of your culture. you want to show off your personality in this video. Also, I do recommend big English subtitles, especially if you're targeting non-native speakers. They might not be able to catch what you're saying. Subtitles really help. If you're only targeting one specific niche, so let's say you're only targeting students from Taiwan, make sure you have it in... Do they speak Cantonese or Mandarin in Taiwan? Or is it something else? Anyway, whatever the main language is in Taiwan. I think it's Cantonese, right? Anyway, yeah. So it's really simple. You may think, oh no, I won't be able to do this. I don't have the camera equipment. This was filmed on a phone, on a Samsung phone, with an external mic that you kind of plug into the side of your phone. But it was filmed with really basic equipment. Like if you can set up really good lighting in your room, like bright lights around, and light in the right direction, you can search on YouTube, how do I set up lighting in a video? But you can make really crappy cameras look really good if you've got good lighting. And audio is very important. Make sure you have a mic, either one that you can attach to your phone that you're filming on, or one that's attached to the computer, or if you want to go super kind of nerdy, you can get some of those wireless clip-on lav mics. All right. Testing. Okay, I am working. Okay, I'm going to have a look through a couple comments. I think I've explained there the importance and why you should spend a lot more effort than you think you should on your introduction video. A lot of teachers just sit there, one take in front of the webcam, done, send it off. I recommend when you record your introduction video, don't make it company specific. Make it so it can be reused when you're applying to any company. So don't mention the name of the company that you're applying for in the video. Try and make it a generic video you can reuse to save time. Okay, Tracy, do you have any ready-made training courses for kids? If I become pro member, will these courses be sufficient? Actually, material for kids in both our big ESL drive and in our ESL courseware, the pre-made stuff. I'll show you, I guess, but we have more of that than any other category. We have way more kids stuff than like business or IELTS or things like that. So let me show you. Okay, so this is ESL courseware. You can add your student up here. This is reminding me what lesson I studied last with the student. You can click to continue, or you can choose another lesson. As I said, lots of stuff for kids and teens. We have pre-1, that means like pre-kindergarten, really. We have phonics lessons, and then we have regular graded lessons. They kind of follow the Oxford, what was that book called? Is it Honeybee or Beehive? Beehive English by Oxford. It kind of follows that structure of regarding vocabulary and grammar increasing in difficulty over time. So let's say we go to grade 1, unit 1, lesson 2. And all these lessons are pre-made PDF lessons. They include videos and yeah, vocabulary. This is a very basic one, just teaching kids classroom vocabulary. So here they have to circle the one that they think is pen. Okay. A little bit about grammar, at and an. Okay, so yeah, and I think it has some games at the end. There we go. What game is this? So interactive game, memory match. The student has to match the word with the... Where was pencil? There we go. The word with the icon. Here's another game. You can play noughts and crosses with the student if you want. A bit of fun at the end of the lesson. And every student... the classes for young learners always end with... They open with a song and end with a song. but you don't have to use that song. It's up to you. If you want to choose another one, click up here, video. And we already have some videos manually added, but you can add them before class by pasting, for example, this one. Where are we here? You can add the video and then it will be there ready to go. So if you've got videos that you often use with your students, I'd save them in here. Let's delete that for now. Games can be played directly in the classroom, so you can award stars to your student while teaching. You can set a timer for the lesson. And you can keep everything on the same page so the student can see how many stars they've got while going through everything. There's a whiteboard here. Random question generator. This is fun. If you're stuck during class and you can't think what to do, click on the random question generator. Questions suitable for different levels. Let's do IELTS. Do you think consumerism is a problem in today's world? Kids, if you could live in any country, where would you live? So sometimes you just don't know what to do and you've got 15 minutes left in a class. This can be good. Go through questions, help them with their replies, help them expand on their replies, help them with their grammar and pronunciation. So yeah, what else we got here? There's tons of stuff. News Kid. So this is our platform for teaching kids, teaching the student news and world events. So it automatically creates articles on current events, and then you can do a quiz on it when you've finished, or you can even assign homework that they can complete online, or you can download and give them the physical PDF for the homework. You can do a comprehension test as well, hide the article or show it if you want them to. Depends how you want to do it. But yeah, you can download the article as well, and you can choose the level. Let's say the student is B2. It gives you a version of that article that's suitable for that level. And then we got the key vocabulary down here as well. You can click on to see sentence examples. But yeah, this is a cool, also included in OTC Pro. Browser. Let's say you don't want to open a new tab and you want to generate images for students. I recommend Kindle, and you can open it as a browser directly in ESL Courseware. You don't have to go to another tab if you don't want. What else we got here? Phonics Tracker is our platform for tracking phonics. You'll have to log in, but you also get access as an OTC Pro member. And the cool thing about this is it tracks how many stars the student gets over all the time that you're teaching, and it gives a certificate for every 50 stars. So this student's earned 5 certificates, and they look like this. They're downloadable as PDFs. You can award them to your students. This is actually one of my students, and he loves these certificates. He's really trying to get the 300 one next. And the different certificates, they're different colors and they have different icons, so they got to collect them all. You can choose to use that or not in your classes. Okay, let me have a look at questions. If you have any question relating to anything regarding online teaching, now's your chance to comment before we wrap up today. Hi Frazer, well done. You're growing a useful business for online teachers. Thank you. My favorite quote for all here: we heal ourselves by giving others what we most need. Excellent. I like that quote. Okay. Oh man, I'm terrible with these names. Malatse. I can't see when a word ends and begins. Anyway, I recommend I will send you a video after this class as a personal message, and it goes through like it's a crash course on how to create the perfect application, intro video, resume, and the body of the paragraph, what you should include there, and it directs you on where to find companies to apply for. I recommend creating a really powerful application with those 3 things, and then send them to 30 companies. See what comes back. You can even then negotiate. Let's say 4 companies want you. You can accept the one that pays more, or you can choose 2. One of them's good for evening classes, another is good for weekends. So yeah. And one mistake teachers make is they apply to one company and then they just sit back and wait. And then they get angry because the company didn't reply. Most companies will not reply unless they're moving you forward to an interview. I know it's not very nice, but that's the way it is. So don't sit and wait. Once you've applied to one, go ahead and apply to another. Yeah, you got to be really proactive. Okay, let me have a look at the last questions. Thanks, Frazer. I'll see you on Thursday for our one-to-one session. Yep, excellent. I'll see you there. Scott is a OTC Pro member, and he recently finished my main course as well, which is great. Most people who join OTC Pro, they only go for like 50-60% of the cost, 30% of the cost, and then give up. So it's good that he finished it. Explain. Thank you, Val in South Africa. I'm off to class. Have a good class, Valerie. Who are you? Rewatch the recording. I introduced myself at the start, or join the next live. All right, guys. I'm gonna give you a chance to post questions if you have them now, and then we're gonna wrap this up for today. Okay, so we've nearly gone for an hour now. There are no more questions, so I'll call it a day for today, and we'll run another session next week too. All right, guys, have an awesome evening, and well, evening if you're in Asia, maybe morning depending on where you are, but have a good day. Hope your classes go well, and I wish you the best of luck in your online teaching career going forward. All right, guys, take care.